Alright. Hit play on the game again. I did listen back to my VOD quickly and apparently the sound is coming through. So I don't know what's going on. Might do refresh browsers. See how that goes. Yeah, if people are watching, I won't be able to tell. Unfortunately, because I don't have any numbers and stream thingies. Well, hopefully it's not freaking around. I hope I didn't just cut off everybody and it was just like messing around for a couple of years. I was just testing because apparently there was no sound at all coming through, but I don't know if that was the case because nobody piped up. So let me know if you guys are hearing anything at the moment. Otherwise, in about 1 more minute, I'll type something. No, if my computer's ever not doing sound and I don't have, if chat isn't set to emote only, because like if I set it to emote only and I wasn't talking much, that would be the style of the video. But if you guys haven't been able to hear it for the last like 4 hours, that would be really sad. Because I've been like talking and responding to you guys and stuff. And now I just find out that I've been repeatedly talking to myself. I listened back to my VODs and like I had audio in my VODs, so I figured maybe it was just like an individual issue. But if it's not, I'm glad you guys can hear me now because I had no idea until Nikki piped up that apparently I had no audio. It was on my VODs, but apparently not. So I've been sitting here talking to myself apparently for hours and responding to you guys, which is pretty sad. Oh. Yeah, I'm generally extremely low energy today. Like, it could have been the last bit, because, like, I did take a lunch break at 12, and, like, I muted and unmuted and everything for that, and it was showing that it was doing the, you know, little wavy thingies to show that it was working. So I figured everything was working, because normally if it's not, my microphone doesn't show, like, the little bar off to the side going like this. And because it was, and I checked everything and I'm like, okay, well, obviously I'm making sound, but I probably had a couple of people come and go and think that I was just like not even talking to them today. But yeah, to answer everybody's questions that they may not have heard, how am I? I'm very tired. I slept for 25 hours straight without water or the toilet or anything. And I woke up at 3:30 a.m. and required a shower to feel human again, and about 1.5 liters, 2 liters of water. Then I got to talk to the doctor at the hospital on the phone, and they were not the least bit concerned about my excessive sleeping. And I'm like, I can't be this level of incapacitated all the time. Like, I literally can't function. And yeah, so I feel like I'm sharing the one and only brain cell that exists, and I'm scared that I'm going to drop it if I don't keep my focus. I just don't have a lot of energy. I've been yawning a lot. I feel like if I shut my eyes for too long, I'll fall back asleep, and I've been worried about that all day. I won't be able to stream during the day tomorrow. I'll have to stream either in the evening or not at all, because my partner's working from home, and next week he's working from home all week. So I will only be able to stream at night, if I can stream at all. I am trying to take care of myself, but it makes it really hard when like the doctors just aren't like listening to what my primary concern is. Like, a lot of people just believe that you can't possibly sleep for 24 hours without like pissing your bed and not eating and drinking and shit. And I'm like, well, that's what happened to me. Like, I could do a DMZ stream tomorrow night, but the only thing with that is I have to have in-game proximity chat off. And one of my panthers got killed. Okay, so I don't know what you're thinking, Wog. I'm just not about that today. Good luck. So let's allow that. See you in hell, piece of shit. I have been extremely vengeful today. I've lost a lot of people. I have not been rolling it back. I've lost main pets. Yeah, I'm being quite vengeful towards a lot of these creatures. Oh yeah, a few people's like partners and stuff died. We also finally got the fridge semi-working. I say semi-working because it's enclosed, but like it's not refrigerated. They're thinking about it, but it's a task for another day apparently. Somebody's having a fight, that's fine. Yeah, we lost a few people on caravans. Like, it is a shame that you guys weren't able to hear so much, because like now I don't know what you were able to hear and weren't able to hear. Like, if you could hear me early this morning, like before midday, or not at all. And this is almost enclosed, so I should be able to set these as prison beds soon. As soon as they get one block in that wall and this becomes a prison, they'll stop sleeping in here. But I've almost got things where I want. It's very hard to see where these rooms are, just because of how they've done it. Visitors. Oh, good, they might trade. See, the thing is, like, I don't like missing streams. And it's not because, like, I can't or something. Like, I want to stream on the days that I say I'm streaming. I'm the kind of person that if I commit to a day and a time, that's when I'm going to be there. And I hate the fact at the moment that this medicine basically has me tranked to the point that when I am awake, I'm not even really awake. And then I have no capacity over my ability to sleep. I'm just out. Whereas, like, I have missed a couple of days streaming, and because of that, I've uploaded a couple of days of Warzone clips in that place because I just have no buffer anymore. And the hardest part is, like, I have no control over it. Like, like I said, I want to be here. I want to be streaming. I hate missing days. And it's not that I'm unwell. let me be clear of that. I'm not unwell. I could be here. I could be at my computer. I could be streaming with you guys, but I have so little, like, energy for everything. Like, even just the basics of, like, putting food on a plate to eat is quite difficult at the moment. And I'm really hoping that they get back to me and change what dosage I'm supposed to be taking, because the really funny thing is, I said to the lady this morning, I'm like, when can I expect to get contacted back? And she's like, oh, it depends on how long it takes me to talk to a doctor. And so they're supposed to get back to me before tomorrow's dose, which is kind of like they've got 4 more hours before they kind of like close their call out times. And the worst part is it's not a medication I can just stop either. Do I actually not have money? How did I not have money? Oh yeah, I heard about that with the blood pressure stuff. You're not supposed to go cold turkey off blood pressure medicine. I actually ran out of medicine for my blood pressure stuff. Not last night beforehand. I took the last one, but then I was unconscious for over 24 hours, so I didn't get to go to a doctor or chemist or whatever. So I've got to go out to one tonight. I'm just trying to get this down to 0. And yeah, if I can get out there tonight, then I can obviously get the next dosage before it's due tonight. I'll only be 2 days behind on blood pressure medicine, so that's probably not making me feel great either. I really don't want to be selling my guns. They're like 30% though. They're really shitty percentage. I'm just trying to sell this down until the point where I have a plus. There we go. I want to sell off all the good stuff. Too much. They'll do. Yeah. I hope he feels better soon too. Because, like, going off a medicine or going on a medicine really sucks. Like, the funny thing is with mine, when they put me on this and they're like, oh, you're really sensitive to it. And I'm like, do you know how many times I've been told by doctors? Oh, here we go. I've been told by doctors many times that I'm like really sensitive to medications. And so when I go on something, it affects me really strong straight away. And so when they put me on this, they're like, oh, most people don't react to it. I'm like, I also reacted strongly to when I had to get the scan done and I had to drink the 2 liters of liquid that nobody told me was a laxative. And that worked a lot faster than it shouldn't have, you know? Yeah, I'm not allowed of anything with codeine in it for my inflammatory bowel disease, because it apparently stops your intestines moving properly. Funny thing though is I can take sleeping tablets and they barely do fucking anything. Alright, so we've got a raid happening. I'm gonna need some brain cells for this. I did say I needed steel, and this was one way to get it. I just didn't want it to be the way to get it. Alright. Okay, let me just bring all of my saves up, since this could go south pretty easily. Okay. So all my things are up. I think I've got nearly everybody in that. Almost. Alright. So everybody plus your pets can come down about here. I think you guys will be close enough. I got everybody? Yeah. Oh, still just yawning into the mic. I'm not muting that today. You guys can deal with it. All right. Let's get you guys down here. Yeah, I don't try to do DMZ live much because you often get a lot of people that are really kind of vile like you come across some that are really vile, and it's easier to play several games offline and pick one or two where it either went well or it went silly, and there wasn't a lot of like really coarse language or something going on in the background or something that would get me demonetized. It's like that's one thing I like about PUBG. It doesn't have a in-game chat. Yeah, that's the other thing too, is needing somebody that can hear the proximity chat but not react too strongly. A couple of people in our group do actually go off a bit at people in proximity chat, but then because they're talking, their button's also Discord, it comes through and I hear it all anyway. So that's a bit of a problem. But yeah, all my people, their panthers are coming out. I kind of want this fire to die down because that's going to be a problem for me. All right. Yeah, the funny thing is, I find with DMZ is that what you get in one game, like people often do what happened to them in the last game in the next game. That's the biggest thing I've noticed. It's kind of like an almost consistent thing. And like I don't mind because I don't know, I'm more tolerant than some people are, I guess, at the game. But like sometimes it does piss me off. It especially pisses me off when it's like you're not doing anything wrong and they sit there and it's like, why you got to be so toxic? And it's like, I wasn't even talking. But anyway, I'll get all my peoples into my place. About this level of spread out should be okay, I think. There's not a lot here. I just don't want them to all get really hurt. I need the steel. Okay. So, are any of these shooters? No. Okay, that's better. I think for the most part we can shoot down the majority of them. I think there's 2 down in this little cluster though. Alright. I kind of don't want you guys firing like spazzes, but let's see how this goes. Well, tantrum's acceptable. Okay, cool. Nobody's dead. So I want you guys to actually come and melee this. Don't fire at will. Just get off your ass and walk in there. Sweet. Okay, everybody can go back to what you're doing, more or less. Okay. So I think that went okay. I don't see anybody dying straight up at the moment. That's 17 hours. I'm just going to have a quick look over because I think most everybody's okay. That's 20 hours. McLean's in the back here, but I can't tell. 17, 13. There's a few that's got like some high ones. We'll see how we go. I'm hoping that they... What was just getting just... You! I cannot physically afford that to go down again. They've destroyed that like 4 times. And I just don't have the steel to keep making it. Alright. Yeah, they're all chilling down there. Panther can go. Most of my animals are pretty hurt. Yeah, I'm going to speed it up a little bit. I don't want to speed it up too much because I just don't have that ability to process them in fast mode today. I am trying to get all these areas closed up so that when winter comes, we'll still have crops, but I need them to actually like work on the bricks. So when we've got everybody up here, okay, he's got 16 hours. She's got 11. 12. All right, 11 looks like it's the worst so far. I'm just going to see if anybody comes in actually tends to them or not. And Tofu could be coming in, but he could be just tending to himself. He does that sometimes. This chick being hurt while in a mental state is not good. She won't tend to herself and she won't lay down. She may get incapacitated though. Alright, I'm not seeing anybody actually coming in here and tending. Are you doing stuff? You are? Okay. It'd be really great if maybe we got a couple more people in here that had the ability to do stuff, you know? I don't even know who's really hurt, but somebody's going to get their ass in here and they're going to work on healing people. Yeah. I think that's majority of them will have somebody. I think the thing that they have to do is actually grab these at the moment. Like, I've got space to store that at the moment. They're just not grabbing it from there. I just want to unassign them because they're sleeping in a bedroom that they're not supposed to be in. Get the fuck out. You. Wake up. Get the fuck out. Oh. One thing I do want to play sometime soon is Generation Zero. It's a game I really enjoy, but at the same time, like, I don't really want to play it as a weekly stream. It's more of like something special to play. But at the same time, it's kind of like, I don't know, I think you can only have 4 people maximum, myself included, to play the game. Maybe this can go up here. I am looking forward to it. Generation Zero. Amio and Lumies. Yeah. In my Discord, I've mentioned it in, I think, announcements. I think up until tomorrow, it's only $8, down from like 30 or 40 bucks or something if people don't have it. Let's get you to move your own bed, hey? And my panther died. Yeah, it's one of those games where, like, I really enjoy it. I really enjoy playing it. Like, I generally play it with Nick and one of his old co-workers. You might not. That is one of those weird things I've got on the server. You'd be listed as a priority member, I think. But do you have the member tag? I think member tag's needed for, like, what you call it? You do. Man, I swear, sometimes my fucking role settings, so annoying. Just remind me afterwards, just send me a message in Discord so I can be reminded for afterwards and I'll have a look at fixing that up. Because Onion had the exact same thing. He had it for ages where, like, he wasn't able to, like, access a whole heap of stuff even though he was a priority member, which made no sense. I want Enyos. I want to move these up. How about you move that for me now? And Wolverine, you come in. You can't do deconstructing. You can do this. Can you fucking do this? Can anybody fucking do something? There's a door right there. Sweet Jesus. Alright. I swear, sooner or later, these people are going to tip me over the fucking edge and I'm going to bitch slap somebody. Whose bed is this? An Asan's. Lincoln, walk all the way back around here, please. Get your cheeks out of that bed and in here. Why can't it move now? Oh my god. Okay. So for some reason they can't... Now can you? Is it because of those fucking rocks? Okay, whatever. I don't even remember whose bed this is. Great, there's cargo pods. Well, it was probably the one before that, so it's probably a Nasan. And the cargo pods are where? Wow, okay, we got a lot of fuel that we don't need. But we got more slag, so that's fine. Better not have damaged my roof, because that looks like that came through my roof. Okay, Weeks. Need you working on this, and I'm going to need some of my people just up and in here. I don't care what else you guys got planned for the week. Your week is now this. Now, I think we had mechs too, so was Weeks doing stuff? She's melting. And Asan can come down here and she can do that. It's going to give us heaps of steel. Hopefully complete most of our projects, I hope. I'm hopeful, but I'm not going to hold my breath on this game. I mostly just want to get it that the power across the area is fixed. Because a lot of this is broken. I'm wondering if it was actually Twitch Studio that had the problem before. Because I know that when it did the sound alert, I sure as shit didn't hear it. It's a bit of a shame, because I like having my little, like, party song. Alright. Well, it's still August, so they do have a chance to try to get all these crops out. And I really don't want them to be super planting them extra. I need them to just work on the electricity. I've got a lot of food, I just need to keep it. It'd be good to keep the alpacas, but again, I don't need that right now. They finished making stuff. Got limestone blocks I still don't have. I still considered just making a granite wall. Like one solid granite wall. It's because I've got the granite blocks here. But I don't have the limestone. Well, I didn't have the limestone. I fucking do now, you lazy pricks. Alright. Chimpanzee's currently injured, but I mean, Seahorse isn't. Guess what you guys are doing? Hopefully can get out here too. Okay, if she's doing that side, he can work on this side. I really do need to put some stuff out here too. I shouldn't also have that much food in here. Like, that's a lot of food. That's too much food. Okay, potatoes. Potatoes can go. They can have the rice. The berries, no. Agave, they can have that. They can have hay. They can have rice at the moment. The rest of it can honestly get out of here. Until I actually have that kind of surplus where this is closed off and semi-refrigerated with that, they're not having that much food. I do want some medical stuff in here. I just don't want it to be that much. Like, what I might actually do, just have this tiny little spot here. I'll just expand it so it's only on the corners. And I'll make... What's the different zone? So in here, Ah, you just immediately just filled it, didn't you, dick? I swear. Just do that, please. And do a separate stockpile. Maybe starts with the center bit, maybe doesn't. Okay, it's just not going to do it. I was going to make a little medical, like, center bit here, but I guess if I want that, I'm going to have to fucking work at this a lot harder. I think all it's going to do is connect it. Because if I do that, it just does that. I don't really want it to be a dumping stockpile. Alright. Fuck right off. Give me this square. This square can now clear all. It will only allow me to have some medical, wherever the fuck medical's under here. Manufactured, maybe? You can have a small amount of herbal medicine here. Okay? That's it. Just a tiny bit. That way, if shit goes wrong, they have got some medical stuff up in here. Not thrilled with the idea, but I mean, it's better than nothing. I'm actually impressed that they're not really moving stuff around, but I guess we did lose several people, so depending on what their role was. And again, shit's still blowing up because I have too much power and not enough draw on the electricity. Alright. Look, if this area is one of the few areas that gets up and running and it gets enclosed, that would be great. Now, you two have gone back to resting, and that's kind of not what I said. I kind of said finish up this, please. You're still hauling. Impressive. You're going at a snail's pace, though. What the fuck's wrong with you? Your leg's bitten off. You know what? That's part of your character now, just deal with it. I'm generally one for prosthetics and stuff, but I'm like, if the character pisses me off enough, they're denied. Same goes for medical. There's one guy, I don't even know if he's still alive. Bishop? Yeah, pretty much. It's like, you can do it. This guy pissed me off that much that he ended up getting no medical care. And he's like, chemical fascination is what the problem is. So every so often he just like has a shit fit about it. Caravans approaching. They're war merchants, so I'll see what they can sell. Seahorse is busy. Who's the other one that can do it? One-san, I think. I like it when they come to me for trades because I have so many animal fur blankets that I need to sell, and it's just so much easier if they're here. Those shouldn't be penned like that, but they're still not building shit. Okay, that's almost finished. Tofu, I don't know where you are, but this is more important to me than whatever you're doing. There's like one thing there as well. What are you doing? You're resting? Think again. This is enclosed? Fabulous. This is a prison, people. It's not beds. Also, again, this is not a gathering spot. It's a prison, you cunt. Get out of there. I swear, there's a fucking full-on kitchen situation here. Do you think they want any of it? No. No, they don't. Not even, like, remotely. Is this in conjunction with these? I don't think it needs it with it. These can reinstall up here. Somebody's chewing like a fucking animal. I don't need that in my ear. Okay, Arctic foxes and stuff. Could sell that thrombo calf. That's some good money. Food, medical. You have weapons. I have a lot less people. That's in piss poor condition. I actually have a good amount of clothes considering. I haven't really been making that. All right, so that's pretty much all they're interested in selling me. Maybe you can take that. Oh, I didn't even realize I had poor condition stuff. Well, that's fine. You guys can take that too. And I'm not in the market for extra panthers, but that could be meat. I won't do that. You guys can keep your panthers. I know they'll get sent to me later as a fucking meat package anyway. I just want them to move some stuff around. I don't want you to remake it. I want you to reinstall it. It's not hard. You just got to do a little bit of moving about. Now, they're making blocks like champs at the moment, which is great. But I think they're only making marble blocks. There is slate blocks on option. Yeah, there is limestone blocks too also being made. But let's just bump those right up the top at the moment. I think we're pretty good for limestone. It's almost built. Okay, what are you doing? You're resting. You're consuming food. You could be building something. Like, as if you need to sleep.